Hello and happy Wednesday. How are you? Mm, so it's weird. My camera's over there and I'm like trying to look at myself, but it looks like I'm looking way up there. So I'm going live in case there's anyone that wants to chat. And I'm just going to treat it like a regular video because no one's probably going to join me. So, what if I flip it? Is that better? No, I'm still looking away. What if I turn it this way? Sorry, are you dizzy now? Ready to vomit? Okay, so today we had 3 jobs to do. And if I look at this side of the phone, does it look like I'm looking forward? Alright, I'll just look off into the distance. Now it looks like I'm looking forward. So we had 3 jobs and they're all getting done on time. Everything went well according to schedule and as planned. So everything is good there. Um, so my daughter called me and asked me to pick her up from school when she gets off school. And her school's really far away. I don't know that I've ever said this, and it's kind of a lengthy conversation. And I would be willing to talk about it, but my kids live with my mom. I see them all the time, though, of course. So, hi, someone's here. How are you? Hi. How are you? So, Gel, is that it? Gel, how are you? So, I was just saying that I have to pick my daughter up from school today, and I'm feeling a little bit anxious about it. Um, so I told her that I would Uber her here because I have my really bad driving anxiety. I'm kind of worried about driving today. So, how are you? Are you having any anxiety issues? Have you ever watched my videos before? Like, do you know what I talk about? Yella? Oh, it's not jelly? Or gel? Okay, well, nice to meet you. Do you have anxiety issues? No? Awesome. Do you know anyone who does? I do these little videos, like, I do it because I have anxiety and hopefully to help people with anxiety. And it's also like a little journal for me to keep track of my anxiety and how it's going and something for me to look back on and see how it was because mine's pretty bad. So I'm just here because I'm feeling nervous about driving to pick my daughter up. I know, and you don't have it, so it probably seems silly to you, but it's like a real thing to me. Like, everybody just jumps in their car and goes where they want and they don't even think twice about it, but it's a real deal for me. You're Dutch, so you don't know what I mean? Hmm. Can you clarify what that means? Like, you might have anxiety, you just don't know what it means in Dutch? Is that what you're saying? Like, does it ever feel like you're on a roller coaster, but everything's fine? Does your body ever react like you're about to die and you're not? Yeah. That's how I feel just getting into my car every day. And it's a struggle. Something I struggle with. Yeah. Yeah. I have it all the time. It's terrible. So, I was just, oh, thank you. I'm trying to, by doing this, it helps me so much. Everyone has something that helps them. And for me, like, my family and friends, they try and help me, but I know that they're tired of hearing about it. So for me to be able to get on here and vent and just talk, it helps me so much. Like, this is the thing that helps me. So that's what I do. Most of my videos are me driving in the car because that's when I really need to get it out the most. You know, when you have those negative thoughts in your head, they kind of sit there and they say like, oh, panic, panic, this is horrible. So if you can say it out loud, it kind of makes you feel better. Good, I'm glad it's getting better for him. Yeah, mine went away for a long time and then it came back. Hello, whoever just joined us. Hello, thanks for coming. Yeah. So I was starting to say, I don't know. I forget that too. What? Oh, what I was going to say. This is weird. I'm used to being able to just do my videos and like pause it and think about what I'm going to say. But I can't pause it this way. I can do it. So my journey is basically, I have had this since I was 18. I'm 40 now. I had my first panic attack when I was 18. I didn't even know I had any kind of anxiety issues at all. It was right after I had my first daughter. And I had it for a little while. And it never really got too bad. But then an incident happened one time in the car, which is why I think I have car anxiety now, because I never had it before. But I was taking my mom to work. No, I was picking her up. And we had to go over a bridge. And we were on the way back. And I had the worst panic attack I've ever had in my life. And we were stuck on the bridge. And I was like having seizures. I was having it so bad. I was shaking. I had bruises on my shins from hitting the dashboard. And I kept saying, Mom, please, something has to happen. But it was bumper to bumper traffic on a bridge. We were stuck. We're in Florida. The bridges are long. So, like, this is before I had any kind of medication. This is before I knew how to calm myself down. And I just wanted an ambulance. I wanted to get to the hospital. That's what I did back then. That's where I felt safe. I would sit in the waiting room of hospitals all the time. And so, like, the ambulance couldn't get to me, and I couldn't get to the ambulance or the hospital, and it just freaked me out. And I think, pretty sure, that's why I'm nervous in cars now. And that was like my worst episode. And then that, because it was so bad, that panic attack was so bad, the anxiety lasted for a long time. I went 7 years without driving. And I just started driving a year ago in December. And at first it was okay. And then in August, my anxiety came back. It went away for a while. My boyfriend, he doesn't understand it. So, everybody gets normal anxiety, and he thinks that that's what it is. Just like, he's like, oh, stop. Quit playing, quit playing this to get attention. And I'm like, there's way better ways to get attention. This is not an attention thing. Trust me. This is hell. I would not use this for attention. So, yeah, he doesn't understand it. It's not that he's not supportive. but he doesn't get it, so he doesn't know how to help me. Like most of my friends, most of my family. Where my mom is the opposite. She can't help me because she tries too hard to help me. And then it kind of freaks me out a little bit. Like, she wants to hug me and touch me, and you can't hug someone when they're having a panic attack, and she just wants to hug me and tell me, like, what do you want me to do? You want to go to the hospital? Do you want to... And she, like, freaks me out with all of... I have cussed her out before having panic attacks. I don't mean to. It just comes out. When you're like that and someone's, like, bothering you like that, it just happens. So, yeah. So, that's why I have this. And I have to Uber my daughter home from school because I'm scared to go get her. And, I mean, I could make a video. I could try to do it. I always say try and overcome your anxiety. And here I am giving in. It's just such a long way. It's, like, really far. And I'm scared that if something happens, that's a long way. So, anyway, is there anything you wanted to talk about? Either of you? There's someone else in here who hasn't said hi. I don't know if the other person has anxiety or anything that they want to talk about. Anybody? It is hot here. I don't know where you're from. I'm in Florida. It's in the upper 80s today. It's hot. Oh, okay. That's interesting. I would like to watch that show. Do they have like a counselor that helps the people to overcome it for the show? Stop. I saw a counselor for a while for my anxiety. It was, we wanted to go to Disney, which is only an hour and a half from here. And I talked to her about it for weeks. I said, I'm scared of the car ride. I don't want to be in the car that long. I'm freaked out. And, that's good. Yeah, I'd like to have someone come with me and give me tips. That'd be wonderful. And I do pretty good at self-soothing, but having an experienced person would always help. But I talked to my counselor about the trip to Disney for so much, and she worked with me so much about the drive that I was fine. No problem. I brought board games and snacks. I sat in the back with my kids, and we played games, and everything went fine. And once we got there, though, I had a panic attack the entire time we were there. Electra, you want to come up here? Come up here. Come on, Pumpkin. Jake's going to take your spot. So, come on, baby, you can do it. So, that was my trip to Disney. It was terrible. Yeah. Do you have to go outside? Or do you want to... Oh, I know what she wants. She wants me to go in the bedroom. Okay, come on. Mommy, come in here with you? Sorry. Alright. I don't know what she wants. My dog's old, and she has her little needs. So... I got a notification on here. Okay. So no one's in the room anymore. So at least I had a couple people to talk to. That was nice. I don't know why I'm looking away. It won't let me do it this way. Hi, Lemon Pie. How are you? It says there's nobody in here. And there is. Oh! There's still 2 people in here. It says none. I'm glad you're still here. Yeah, I will look it up. It's in Dutch. Does it have the subtitles? You do have anxiety, Lemon Pie. Alright, what kind of anxiety do you have? Do you have just generalized anxiety, or is there certain things that give you anxiety? And have you ever watched my channel before, Lemon Pie? Alright, Yella, right? Yella? Okay. You have a wonderful day, and just enjoy yourself. I'm so glad you stopped by to talk to me. Thank you so much. Okay, so it's been really bad lately. Do you know why? Oh, that's true. Subtitles on YouTube. Very good. Very good idea. Thank you. I'm gonna watch that. For sure. I will definitely watch that. Thank you for the advice. Yeah, I'll come find you. Alright, thank you. So in my car I have a phone holder. I don't really have anything to hold it in here. Let's see. I can try. That's kind of a weird angle though. I look like Godzilla. Let's see. At least it's not shaky. It's a little better, right? So tell me about your anxiety. What is it that makes it bad? Yes, we will speak again. Thank you. So nice to stop in and talk to me. It's really sweet. Oh, hi. That's Jake. Oh, does running... Oh, run out of the store, you mean? I thought you meant like jogging helps with your anxiety. I actually have said in a couple of videos that I also, when I go to Walmart, I get a little bit of anxiety. I think it's like just overwhelming. There's so many people there, so much commotion. Jake, you're kind of in the way, buddy. But you're cute. You're cuter than me, so you can stay there. Okay. I know what you mean about that. So, definitely, I know I have sat in my car before. Mine is driving anxiety mostly. I get really weirded out about driving my car, which sounds silly. But mine's generalized. It's just all the time. I never know when it's going to happen. But definitely when I'm driving. And yes, I know what you mean about going to a grocery store. Any kind of shopping. It's just like... And you know what? I think that the lighting is different too. and the lighting kind of messes with your head when you first walk in. I think that that has something to do with it. I don't know, it's like the fluorescent lighting or whatever it is, but things look different. Yeah, you have driving anxiety too? That's what I was saying. Most of my videos are me in the car. That's why I have my little phone holder. Because I'm always making videos in the car. And that's where I'm stuck at right now, is that I had to pick my daughter up from school. She's 16, like she can drive, but she doesn't have a car. But her school's far away, so I'm gonna Uber her home instead of going to pick her up. And that makes me feel really bad. I mean, she doesn't care. She loves the Uber rides, but it just upsets me to spend money when I don't have to. I could get into my car and go and get her, you know? But it's just really far. I'm good when someone's in the car with me, or I'm good short distances. And I'm good when I have my camera on too, when I can record myself. Makes me feel better. But sometimes I don't make it. Well, I'm really sorry that you have to deal with anxiety. It's horrible, isn't it? It's absolutely horrible. But, you know what? I saw someone on YouTube talking about anxiety, and she said, I have survived my anxiety 100% of the time. And I was like, wow, that's cool. That's really cool, because we have. We've always survived it. And then something else I heard, which has helped me many times, and I've said this on my videos and calmed myself down, is to tell yourself, anxiety is just a feeling. It can't hurt me, and it will go away. So whether that's going into the grocery store or in the car or whatever, I know it's easier said than done, because I should be getting in my car soon and I'm not going to. But it's just something to think about, something to help. If you're in that situation where you feel like you start to panic, you can just remind yourself, it's not going to hurt me. It's just going to feel uncomfortable for a little while, and I'll be better. It'll be okay. And you're always okay, even though it feels like you're not going to be. I've spent so much time in emergency rooms, but there's nothing that they can do for you. They told me that they were going to call the police for doctor shopping. And I was like, I don't want medication. I just want to sit in your waiting room, because I felt safe. Honestly, that's all I wanted to do. And you can't do that. That was a long time ago, but now I know. There's nothing they can do. And they don't have the patience for that. So is there anything else about it, like, that you wanted to talk about? Anything specific? Yep, exactly. Maybe we watched the same one. Yep, exactly what it said. And also, when you run from it, like I'm doing right now. Okay, I read this in a book. Think of your Dr. Harry Berry. Okay, I'll look him up too. Mine was a girl that said that. But Dr. Harry Berry. Okay, that should be easy to remember. Plus it's on here. I read in a book that to think of your anxiety like a dragon. And you have this big dragon flying over your head everywhere you go, and it's scary because it's a dragon. And every time you give in to your anxiety and you say, oh, I'm not going to drive, I'm going to Uber, or you do something like that, this dragon gets bigger and bigger, and it takes you over more. But every time you stand up to your dragon And you say, no, I'm gonna drive. I'm gonna go in the store. I'm gonna go shopping. I'm gonna do what I want. You shrink your dragon down. And eventually you want to get a lizard that sits in your hand. That you're over top of the lizard. And that it's not a dragon over top of you. So, yeah. But I am giving in right now. I know I am. But I'm kind of having a rough day. This live thing is great for me. I am not, like, I've said this a million times. I don't get on here and say, please like and subscribe. And I'm not trying to be like an internet sensation. I'm not trying to get people to subscribe just to do it. I want, like, sorry. My dog has throat cancer. And she's coughing a lot. I do have medication, yes. It took me years to find one that works because everything that they give you, like, sedates you and makes you all drowsy. I don't like that. The one that I have now, I don't feel any kind of side effects from at all. And I like it. I just don't have as bad of anxiety. I still get it sometimes, but it's not as bad. Well, I won't say sometimes. I still have it all the time. It's just not extreme. But what I was saying is the people that I want, like, following me are people that like to talk about their anxiety. People that maybe have questions that they want to ask me. I always have questions that I am asking other people. Anxiety is not the same for everybody, and it's not something that you can figure out. I've read so many books, I've watched so many videos, I've tried to figure it out, and sometimes just hearing other people talk about it and then being real about it, and that helps more than, you know, reading a book or something like that. So that's what the kind of people I'm looking to have associated with this. How long have I had it? I'm 40 now, and I had my first panic attack when I was 18. Been dealing with it a long time. It went away for years. I didn't drive for 7 years. I just started driving a year ago in December. But it was gone for a long time. And then all of a sudden in August it came back. So I've been dealing with it again since August. All the time. How long have you had yours? How long have you been battling this demon? Like, I have some days where I feel like, oh my gosh, it's gone. I feel good. And I just can do anything. And the next day I'll be crying. Not wanting to get out of bed. Wondering what's wrong with me. Why am I scared to move? You know, it's tough. It's horrible. Yeah, I'm so sorry. That sucks. What are your coping mechanisms that you use? Like, you do the self-soothing. You already said that. You remind yourself that it's going to go away. Because you heard that from Harry Berry, right? Right now? It just came on right now? Mostly always. Me too, I get it. Yep. Just take a deep breath. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Remind yourself it's going to be okay. My leg's shake in the car too, I know. And that's scary because I don't want to freak you out. But once your legs start shaking, then you feel like you're losing control of your body, right? And it makes it feel worse. For me, anyway. So I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't control my legs. What's next? It scares me. Yeah. Yep. I know. Maybe it's talking about it, but I feel like talking about it helps me. Because I was saying earlier, like, all those thoughts, all those things build up in your head. Like, you're thinking subconsciously, like, why are my legs shaking? Why is this happening? Why is that happening? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. And then that turns into anxiety because it's all in your head. It's all churning around in there. But when I do these videos, I can get all that out. And I just say how I'm feeling. And once it's out, usually I can rationalize what's going on with myself just by talking about it. I'll be like, I don't know why I'm scared. I'm driving to go pick my daughter up and it's really far. And then when I say it out loud, it's like, oh, I'm having anxiety because I got to go pick my daughter up. Like, when I say it, it makes sense. So talking about it, definitely, it brings it up and reminds you that you're thinking about it. But it's better to consciously talk about it than subconsciously think about it, if that makes sense to you. Like, that's what I found anyway. So, I'm always talking about it whenever I feel it. And this angle that I have my phone is not flattering for me at all. It's like it looks bouncy. I don't like it. And when I do these too, you know that, like, I'm really having anxiety issues because I don't get all fancied up. You'd think being live, like, on YouTube, you'd want to look cute or something. I'm not trying to look cute. I'm just trying to get help. Or help people. Whatever I can do. I gotta keep my eye on the time. Oops, sorry. I gotta check the time. Okay, I have time. I have about 20 minutes and then I have to... Maybe I should drive. Maybe I should just do it. Save the Uber money. I don't know. I'm feeling stronger now. See, I talked about it and now I'm like, I can drive. I can do that. But, I don't know. You know what I like best about my car? Is the air conditioning. Because it's so hot in the house right now. My boyfriend is like, oh, don't turn the air on yet. Don't turn the air on yet. It's only April. It's only April. In Florida, it's hot. It's like 87 for the high or something. It's hot. But I have my fan on. But I like being in my car because I like to just blast the air conditioner. So, see, I gotta focus on what I like about my car. It's all of it. I'm definitely a back road person. If I can take back roads, I'll take back roads. The interstate is totally off limits. I did, like, maybe a month or two ago, I drove on the interstate. I was so proud of myself. It was only like 2 exits that I had to go, but I did it. Because the on-ramp is the scariest part for me. Like, merging into these cars that are going like 100 miles an hour, you know, that is the scariest part for me. Once I'm on there, it's kind of okay. I still don't like it, but it's kind of okay. It's better. I'll just say it's better. But, yeah, I did the scariest part. And that's because I was using maps, and that's the way that it told me to go. And like, as I was pulling up to it, I was like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, I have to do it because I didn't know where I was going. And then I got on it, and, you know, when I got home that day, I was like, please, let's go to Georgia. Let's ride roller coasters. I felt so good about myself. Didn't last long, but I felt good for a little while because I did it. It's better to feel accomplished than, like, oh, I gave in again. So, maybe I will go pick her up. Oh, scary, but Gotta do it, right? It's like a 20 to 25 minute drive. That to me is far. Yeah, it's like 25 minutes. I mean, she can drive back, but I'm usually okay when someone's in there. Yeah, that's what I keep telling myself. Okay, so here's another thing that happened. I was working, I cut hair, and I was working there, and I was having really, this is when it all started again in August, and because I hadn't been having panic attacks or anxiety for years, it was kind of like almost starting brand new, and it was scaring me. I didn't know what was going on. And that's when I started doing these videos, and I was still working there cutting hair. Well, since then I've quit there, and I started my own cleaning business, so now I've hired girls to go out and clean for me, and I stay home and take phone calls and do those kind of things during the day. So, I haven't been driving. So then when I have to drive somewhere, it makes it worse. But you know what? I like driving at night better. There's less traffic. It seems better to me. I don't know why, but it's easier for me to drive at night. During the day, it's too hectic. It's kind of like going into the grocery store or any store. You know, it's that same like chaos kind of. So I do better at night driving. But since I haven't been driving, it's getting worse. And I should just every day like go drive somewhere, even if it's just around the block, just to keep myself in the habit of getting in the car and going somewhere. Like even when I have to go, if one of the girls calls out or something and I have to go and clean a house for the day, I will like ride with whoever's going. I won't drive, but I should be doing that. Yeah, more calm, less traffic for sure. Definitely. And like I said, I like the back roads. It drives my boyfriend crazy. He's like, why are we going this way? It'd be faster. And I'm like, stop. This is the way I like to go. I pull like his mom or something. I'm like, when you're driving, you can go the way you want to go. That whole thing, you know, but when you're in this car, you're going to live by my rules. That kind of old lady thing. I'm like sweating as I'm sitting here. So actually the air conditioner in the car is starting to sound like a good idea. See, I wish that I could do live in the car, because that's when I need it the most, is like when I need someone to reassure me that I'm okay, but I can't exactly read text and drive at the same time. So that kind of stinks. But I'm like so glad that someone is here talking to me that has anxiety. I never get this. I never get to talk to anyone that has it, that understands. Nobody I know has it. They say like, oh, you know, when people say things like, oh my gosh, I was so scared, I almost had a panic attack. Like, you don't even know what you're talking about. You don't even know what a panic attack is. It does help me to have someone in the car with me. Especially my boyfriend, because I'll just start arguing with him and forget that I'm even anxious. I'll just get mad. Just because. It's not like he's a horrible person, but it's just, he's one of those people that feels that they have to tell you, like, oh, make sure you take this street, or make sure, oh, you passed the stop sign too far. Oh, and it's like, stop. You're not driving. I am. Leave me alone. So those little things start to make me mad. And he likes to ride with his foot on the dashboard. I'm like, you're not a teenage girl on the cheerleading squad. Like, why is your foot on the dashboard? Really. That aggravates me. And I just saw on Facebook that if you do that and the airbag goes off, you can put out your eyeball with your knee. So, he did it last night, and I was like, you're going to lose your eyeball. Don't do that. Oh. Yeah, exactly. Get your foot down. Goodness. He said it's comfortable. I was like, that is not comfortable. You'll never convince me that that's comfortable. You're crazy. And I asked him, I was like, do you do that because you know it bothers me? I hate seeing, like, girls with their foot sticking out the window. Like, you know, they ride with it right outside the window by, like, your side mirror. And there'll be someone's foot. And I'm like, why? That's dirty. That's filthy. Don't do that. Put your foot in the car. Nobody wants to see your feet. This is why I have anxiety. I'm worried I'm going to see feet while I'm driving. Like, oh no, a foot! It's the end of the world. Oh. So I've got, do you have any animals? Because they definitely help with my anxiety, my babies. I have 3 dogs and 4 cats. So there's always something to give me love. Someone. That'll make them love me. And that's another thing about being at home is I have no one to talk to. My boyfriend gets home and I'm like a toddler. I'm like, Dada, Dada. Talk to me, please. You have a dog? Yeah. So it's like your baby. You have someone to love you too.